Hi, welcome to my Remedial Reading Fluency Practice project. I'm pleased to share with you my project for the 2025 Remedial Reading Program. This initiative focuses on enhancing the reading fluency of our young learners, especially those who are still developing foundational reading skills. This program is a collaborative effort between the teacher, which is me, my students, and their parents to provide targeted support for students who need it most. The objective of this program is clear and focused. We aim to improve the reading fluency of my Year 1 and Year 2 students who have been identified as performing within TP2 to TP4 in their reading fluency diagnostic assessment. These students are in the early stages of developing reading confidence and decoding skills, and I prefer to give them a structured, consistent opportunities to grow in their abilities. By focusing on fluency, we're helping them to build a solid foundation that supports comprehension and a lifelong love for reading. To measure the effectiveness of this project, I have set two main success criteria. The first one would be my students should be able to read basic CVC or the consonant vowel consonant, CCVC and CVCC words, as well as short phrases and simple sentences, fluently and smoothly. Secondly, my students should be able to understand what they are reading. This will be demonstrated by the ability to answer verbal comprehension questions confidently and accurately. This criteria will help me gauge both their decoding ability and their comprehension skills, which are essential components in reading fluency. This program is specially tailored for students in my Year 1 UKM and my Year 1 USM classes, who fall between the TP2 to TP4 range on their reading fluency assessment. These students show potential, but they need targeted support to strengthen their skills. So, early intervention is key. And by identifying and supporting these students now, I can help prevent reading difficulties in later years. As you can see above, my students were selected based on their performance in the reading fluency assessment. So my diagnostic tool allowed us or me to determine their current reading stage and identify the specific skills that need reinforcement. This also ensures that my program is data driven and responsive to the actual needs of my students. I will be using a combination of carefully designed resources throughout the program. The first is the basic successive blending reading module, which is created by me and focuses on the blending techniques to help students decode unfamiliar words. The second is actually the same modules in which contains leveled reading passages, aimed at increasing reading speed, accuracy, and impression. Both stages are aligned with phonics strategies and will be used during classroom instruction and as a take home activity. This dual approach allows for consistent practice both at school and at home, thus increasing retention. At the same time, parents and students will be able to access the module in the digital form through YouTube. Parents will only have to scan the QR code given, and then they will be able to open the YouTube link that will direct them to the video similar to the words or the phrase or the sentences in the module. And the video is actually a read along video. So it is more interactive for students to practice at home even on their own. This brings us to the program timeline. So the program will be implemented over a 3-month period from April to June 2025. I'll begin with the pre-test comprehension assessment, in which I have established a baseline for each of my students. And following that, the parents will receive the basic reading modules, and my students will engage in the daily reading practice both at home and during dedicated class time. As we reach the end of the program, I will conduct a post test to measure my students' progress and gather reflections from both the teacher, me, and my students. This timeline ensures that my students receive consistent, meaningful reading practice that will contribute to real, measurable improvements. Thank you once again for your attention and support. Hopefully, this program will benefit my students and will ensure that they are able to read fluently by the end of this program. Let's continue to work hand in hand to ensure no child is left behind in their journey to become a fluent, confident reader. Thank you very much. Bye.